Shorthand English Senior, February 2014. First paper, code number 691. Start. Mr. Speaker, Sir, I have dealt with many points raised in the course of the debate. There are only one or two points which I will deal with now. With regard to prices, it is necessary that they should come down. Only if the prices fall, we can be prosperous. If there are high prices, they may benefit the riots for the time being, but we cannot be prosperous. It is only when we have more production of food grains and low prices that we can have prosperity. So, if the prices are coming down, I am happy about it. It means that we are prosperous as far as food is concerned. With reference to sales tax, it was said that there should be no sales tax on food grains. I do not know whether those who say this knew how much of the food grains was taxed under the Sales Tax Act. I would like to point out that most of the produce is taken away by the producers and those who work in the fields. In the circumstances, that quantity does not come within the purview of the Sales Tax Act at all. Necessary calculations have been made, and I am told that only about 20% of the produce is sold in the open market. Even from this, we will have to exclude the grains which are sold by small traders in the streets, for which there is no sales tax at all. So, it will be clear that the quantity that is sold in the open market will be very small, and on this only sales tax is levied. I may mention that this is purchased not by the rural people but by the urban people. So, we are collecting sales tax on food grains mostly from the urban people who are much better off than the people who live in the rural areas. From this point of view, it will be seen that the tax does not fall on poor people. So, I am sure it will be agreed that the tax is not such a burden on the poor people that it should be removed. Finally, I wish to say that we all want that our industries should prosper and that our laborers should not be thrown out of employment. I agree that some industrial undertakings have been closed down, but before we try to find out the reasons for it, we should see what we have done to make them close down these undertakings. So far as labor leaders are concerned, they want the same standard to be maintained in all undertakings, and for this purpose they start agitations. When this is done, these undertakings try to satisfy them as far as possible. When they find that it is impossible to do so any further, they close down their undertakings. It is not as if we are not aware of the difficulty of laborers. We know the conditions under which they work. I come from a rural area and I am aware of the conditions of rural labor. Taking into account what an agricultural laborer gets today, I can say that the industrial laborer can be considered to be a prince, but at the same time, I must say that industrial labor is working under peculiar conditions. It is a fact that political parties try to make use of industrial labor. On account of their agitations from time to time, it is very difficult for the industrial undertakings to carry on their work. So, at some time or other, they are compelled to close down. Letter from Balu Silk and Textiles Company, Kolkata, to Messrs. Jiva Brothers, Mumbai. Dear sirs, we have received the monthly reports of sales submitted by you. On going through them, we were surprised to find that For the past 1 year, you have been holding very heavy stocks with you. We presume that this was done with the best of intentions and perhaps it was not noticed by you. But at the same time, we request you to note that the average monthly sales during the past year do not justify the holding of such heavy stocks. We have no doubt that you will agree with us that holding of such heavy stocks locks up capital and we have to lose interest on capital. Further, we have to inform you that it also increases our expenses on burglary and fire insurance premia. You will appreciate that all these result in reduction of our profits. In the present circumstances, we would advise you to reduce your stocks as much as possible and as early as possible by taking all necessary steps in the matter. If necessary, you may even hold a sale at prices up to 10% below normal. For your future guidance, we would suggest that you may regulate your stocks suitably in such a way that you only hold stocks equivalent to about 2 months average sales, and it would be unwise to cross this limit. Yours faithfully.